What's up guys, ThatOneTomahawk here. Today we're playing some more Minecraft style games. Today we're playing on Breeze Island, so let's go ahead and get into this, because I got stuff to talk about. Alright, let's run it in, and we can see if we can get some good stuff from the cornucopia. How do these people get some stuff? Oh, look, I just got full leather, almost. Swag. That person has my skin, apparently, and I'm getting fisted to death. Off the start, don't even care. Let's go ahead and go in what we're talking about. So, seeing as I'm sick, might as well, talk about some stories about when I was sick in my previous days of when my youth was. So setting of the story, me being 6 years old, and obviously as if it's every good story that I've ever told, it takes place in Mexico. Oh my god, it's a person. I'm just kill you all really quick, and just nope. Yes, you are dead. I don't know how you managed to not kill me, but I'm just being sponsored the entire menu right now. Wow. Just okay. I'm gonna try to ignore that tinging sound while I tell the story. So every good story, as everyone knows, takes place in Mexico. So this is right after. Can you stop sponsoring me, please? It's really annoying. I can't really concentrate. I think that's everything. Oh, no, I threw a cake on the floor. They probably sponsored me the entire menu, so I have 2 cakes. What? Oh, one disappeared. Alright, so just put that, I guess, however you need it. I don't know where the enchantment table is on this map, so whatever. Any good story, as it always does, takes place in Mexico. So this is right after my family leaves to work because, people have to work and stuff. Fair enough, right? So I'm all by myself, not necessarily all by myself. I think my aunt was there and she was like taking a nap during this whole ordeal. Well, actually, like half of this ordeal. So Bohu exploded into a million pieces. Thanks, Bohu, for your stuff. And God, I'm losing my train of thoughts of random stuff. So what happens is I'm really hungry because it's around lunchtime and I hadn't even eaten breakfast yet. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to check in the fridge and see what there is to eat. And I checked into the fridge and like there's nothing in there. I was like, oh man, there's nothing in there. And I realized when I double checked 3 times that I was like, oh wait, there's cake in here. There's a giant cake in there that was from someone's birthday before. I think it was one of my cousins, and we had tons of leftovers because apparently not that many people wanted to eat it or something. I don't know. I was a little kid and I was like, damn, that's cake. I want to eat that shiz. So I go and I take it out, and basically I eat, I'd say, half of the cake, and this is like a large amount of cake, and I eat it in like, I don't know, 20 minutes, and I was like, that satisfied my hunger quite well. And basically this cake, it was very, very, very pink. It was pretty much neon pink in its color, and it was very pink. Let me just reiterate that. So about an hour later, I was like, oh, I don't feel so good. And I just figured, I was sick from eating large amounts of cake. And looking back on it now, I actually know, like, the symptoms and stuff that I was having. I actually got food poisoning from that cake. So I've never heard of getting food poisoning from cake, but it was probably from, like, the milk or something inside of it. I don't know. But point is, the cake got me food poisoning, and what happened is like another 15 minutes later I was like, ooh, I don't feel so good, so I start like walking outside because our house is basically like a house and then a small like we have like basically a large like lawn kind of thing. It's basically just a bunch of dirt because in Mexico that's all you got, dirt and cows and horses and every stereotypical thing we pretty much had, except we had ostriches, which is really weird, but we had ostriches. So I walk it outside and I'm just like, ugh, and I just start throwing up large amounts, and I'm projectile vomiting like 6 feet disgustingness. And remember how I said that the cake was really, really, really pink? Guess what? My obviously vomit was 100% pink. It was disgusting. It was the worst thing that I think has ever happened to me when I was sick. And I'm throwing up for, I'd say, what felt like 3 hours. I can guarantee it was just like a half an hour of constant vomiting before I finally stopped. But it felt like hours and hours of just throwing up, and it was disgusting. So when I finally cleared my, tracks of all that disgustingness, I was like, okay, I'm all good. So what I do is I go back in the house. I'm like, damn, I'm hungry again because I just vomited out pretty much all of the food that I had that entire day, which was just cake. And I was like, okay, I'm hungry again. I look back in the fridge. Once again, there's nothing in the fridge except for the damn cake. So I was like, whatever. I'm going to have one more piece of cake and I'm going to go on with my day. So I eat this last slice of cake, hoping I don't get sick from it. Thank God I didn't get sick from the cake. And then that was pretty much the end of that story. And it was really, really disgusting. Point is, the way I'm feeling sick right now is I'm having, loss of voice, and I'm coughing a little bit. I'll feel weak every once in a while, but that's pretty much it. Like, I have not had the super food poisoning, throw up your entire intestines kind of stuff pretty much since then. I've never had anything on that level of sickness before. You guys should tell me in the comments your stories that of you being sick before, because honestly, I know stories of people being sick are quite entertaining. Because I remember one time I was so sick. I had a fever. I think I had the swine flu when it was coming around. Uh, Basically, what happened was I was so sick, and I was at a state where I was hallucinating, but I knew I was hallucinating, so I was trying to like make logic of my mind to make my hallucinations go away. And I remember one of these hallucinations being like it was really a really funny hallucination. It was basically I was laying on my bed, and since I was super hot, I was just laying not underneath the covers, and I look at my knees. Like I for some reason my knees were bent, and I look at them, and I was just like, man, I know that I see these gnomes on my knees, and they're talking to me. But these gnomes, they're not real. I'm pretty sure they're not real. And the gnomes are like, no, we're real, we're real. Like, convincing me that they're real. And I'm having this argument with myself in my head, whether these things are real or not. And I was trying to separate reality from non-reality for like an hour. It felt like an hour, it was probably like 5 seconds. But I remember that, and it was really funny. And another time I was sick, actually, this isn't involves sickness, but it involves hallucinations that I've had before. No, they're not from me doing drugs. I don't do drugs, kids. Come on, don't think that I do that. That's bad for you, silly old Willy. You are. But what happened was, apparently, I think I forgot what this is called. It's called oh, I know the word. It's called sleep paralysis. What happens is you'll wake up. Like you'll wake up into the real world, but you're actually still dreaming in the sense that you still think that you're asleep, or your body thinks it's asleep. So you're like dreaming in the real world. And I remember this happened one time when we were coming back from Mexico. We were staying in Ensenada for a while, and we came back, and I was sleeping the entire trip. And I ended up waking up back in my room with not being able to move at all. And I remember that, by the way, I'm like, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 when this happens. And I remember hearing this thing, like my door is open and it's like nighttime, and I hear this water saying, it's like, I'm gonna drown you. I was like, and I start screaming because I'm really scared of this, of the water being able to drown me. And my mom comes in here, is like, what's the matter? What's the matter? I'm like, the water. And it's just like, the water isn't real. You're fine. And then I'm like, and then the water thing is just like, yes, I am real. And I was scared shitless, and it was terrible because I thought I was really just gonna get hurt and stuff. And then finally I managed to like come out of my sleep paralysis state, and I could actually move. And what happened was I went into my mom's room, and I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog for a while, and then I calmed down, and I went back into my room, and I went back to sleep. But that was my only experience ever having sleep paralysis ever. If you guys have ever had sleep paralysis, it's really weird experience. Like, you're awake but you're not awake, and it was one of them things that I always remembered from when I was like little. I don't know. It was scary, and yeah, and I don't want that to happen again. Never sleep paralysis, or like I wonder if you have sleep paralysis but you're having like a good dream, and it would be like, yay, I'm la-di-da-di-da, there's candy cane men around me in my room, blah 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 blah. But I had a sleep paralysis nightmare, and it sucked. It really does. And I remember I was watching this Discovery thing about sleep paralysis, and that's like what the majority of people who think they get abducted have, because they wake up in their bed, getting abducted by aliens. It's actually sleep paralysis. They're dreaming, but they're awake, and that's what they think. They got abducted by aliens. So I guess the more you know, right? Or maybe they did get abducted by aliens, and that's just scientists are trying to explain it that way. I don't know, but that's pretty much that. I'm gonna kill this guy. Sorry, you're gonna die, DD217. Time to die, mother trucker. Let's do this. I'm going to hit you in the face with my sword, and you are going to die in things, and boom, you exploded. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of MCSG with Tomahawk. Hope you guys have a nice day, please. Brah.